Longevity, 1987 to April 2013, full-size pickup registrations.
This has been today's Focus on Agriculture. I'm Gary Joyner, and we are the TFB Radio Network.
All right, here we go. Hold your ears, folks. It's showtime.
It's showtime.
All right, showtime.
Showtime. Showtime.
It's showtime.
It's showtime.
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 Let's bring it in. It's showtime, right?
Hurry up.
Broadcasting live from the K-Best Studios in the Spring City. It's the morning show you wake up to hear. Gooney in the Morning with Gooney.
It's hard to think of words in the morning.
And Heather.
And I'm dyslexic and ADD.
Yeah.
Whoa.
60% of the time, it works every time.
That escalated quickly.
Are you ready?
Might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here. You can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way.
Good morning. It is Tuesday, July 10th. Charles Sagana and Heather Gentry here. Good morning, Heather.
Hey, guys.
Gooney will be joining us in just a moment. It is Thursday. Feels like it should be already Friday.
Yes.
But you know what? We almost have the entire week gone, and that makes me happy.
It's been a week, Charles.
It has.
It's been a very busy week.
It's always a longer week after you have the long holiday weekend.
It is.
It seems like the next week, you know you're going to pay for it because you're already in weekend mode.
I'm still in weekend mode from last weekend.
Well, I'm not. It's been a long week. But you know what? We're going to have a great show today. You know what? I got some stuff. We're going to talk about the couple local events going on this weekend. We got the
right.
West Texas, the Aggie Auction.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a pretty cool event. We also have the Retro Triathlon series coming up. And that's pretty cool because what that is that's the kids do the triathlon. It's actually suited for the first triathlon for kids. So, and they do it.
Cool.
They do it at the aquatic center. So your
bike, and run.
Yeah, so your kids aren't swimming in the lake. Like when you do the Comanche Warrior triathlon, they jump in the lake and they swim the lake.
I can't do that.
You can't swim?
No, I mean I could swim, but just I don't think I could swim in Comanche. I don't think I could do it.
Yeah, they said it's okay. But we're also going to tell you about a few things. You know that they've been planning the space program over in Midland about putting the thing to launch spaceships. Well, that permit is actually on hold right now because of the lesser prairie chicken. So we'll tell you about that. Yeah, the prairie chicken. It's an endangered species. Apparently, it's pretty serious.
Wait, that's real?
Yeah, it's real.
I'm going to have to look that up.
You haven't seen a lesser prairie chicken?
No.
They're pretty cool. They don't look like regular chickens.
That is crazy.
Yeah, that's sometimes we got to halt progress because we don't want to make something extinct.
Yeah.
But I thought they were putting it next to the airport. So if it's going next to the airport, isn't the airport already in the way?
I think so. Yeah.
So maybe it's there.
You'd have to call off all the planes and stuff.
Who knows? Also, one of the big things going on today that we're going to talk about is Garth Brooks at 11 o'clock this morning Central Time is going to be announcing his world tour. And Heather, this is huge. What he did is when George Strait announced the end of his tour, he did 1 year and then he had a break and then he came back, and while he was announcing the second leg of his final tour, he did his press conference from Cowboy Stadium.
Yeah.
And of course, he ended his tour in Cowboy Stadium, and they brought down his servers during that because he announced that one on his website, and a lot of people couldn't see it because a lot of people wanted to see it. So Garth Brooks beefed up the servers and everything, and it's really cool. If you go to garthbrooks.com right now, his website just has his logo. It has some information about the press conference, and then it just has lightning and thunder in the background. and so that brings you straight to the thunder rolls.
Yes. Yeah.
And so we're gonna bring you up to date on the Garth Brooks news today as well.
Awesome.
And I got some random things to talk about, and Gooney and I were talking yesterday afternoon just about random things in general, and we were talking about just methods to stay cool. And there was this list put out, and one of my issues has always been I have a metal gear shifter. Now, I've been too lazy to change it out. I've been dealing with this for about 2 years. Have you ever seen Home Alone?
Yes.
It gets so hot that you know the scene where he puts the warmer onto the doorknob and he goes and opens it and it has an M for their last name and it burns the M in there. I'm surprised I don't have the gear shift pattern burned into my hand by now.
Well, see, mine's rubber and it'll like get shiny and greasy when it gets too hot. It's weird. And then like when I shift, my hand smells weird. I don't know why.
Don't know why you smell your hand after you shift. But anyway, that was on the list, a method. Like, my daughter made me a pot holder after hearing me talk about it. She made a pot holder with googly eyes that looked like the Hamburger Helper guy.
That is
and
so
it was
awesome.
really cool. I mean, the coolness factor went straight up for that. And
that's awesome.
So what happened is I was looking at this list, and they actually addressed my problem on this list, and I was so excited because we had talked about it before.
Yeah.
And a long time ago I'd talked about it, and then to know that other people actually have this problem is absolutely amazing to me.
I'm not the only one.
So stay tuned for Gooney in the Morning. On Facebook, you can leave your birthdays, anniversaries, and any good news you want. We'll be back with more.
Better buy from Benny, and you'll get a better buy.
Now, when we say you'll get a better buy at Benny Boyd, we mean it. But what exactly does a better buy mean for you? That's simple. It means Benny Boyd will beat any dealer's price in Texas on a new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram. And he'll even deliver it right to your doorstep free of charge.
Ain't no better way to buy, so don't you even try to make it worth the drive.
That's right. You can buy your new vehicle over the phone at a guaranteed lower price and have it delivered at no extra charge. Choose from over 800 vehicles during our summer clearance event and experience the new 2014 28 MPG Ram 1500 diesel, available at the Benny Boyd Better Price. And that, my friends, is what the Benny Boyd Better Buy is all about. So come see us in La Mesa at 1611 Lubbock Highway.
Better buy from Benny and you'll get a better buy. That's Benny Boyd, y'all.
With the news you need, when you need it. Howard County's news leader, your K-Best Radio Group News.
Good morning. It's Wednesday, July the 10th, 76 degrees in Big Spring. I'm Tommy Reese with your K-Best Radio Group News. Your complete K-Best Pinpoint 7 weather is on the way. Well, news out of Austin. Big Spring Public Works Director Johnny Womack was recently elected the president of Keep Texas Beautiful. His wife, Doreen Womack, is the executive director of Keep Midland Beautiful. We'll talk with Johnny later on today about that distinction that's coming up later this afternoon. Well, also, the Keep Texas Beautiful Youth Award, second place went to Kids with Purpose. Those kids, part of the First United Methodist Church. Becky Woodall, the director of children's education there, we'll talk with her. That's coming up on community calendar later this morning at 8:15. Big Spring Independent School District will hold pre-K, and kindergarten registration for those new students July 21st through August the 15th. The records and registration office will be open 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. The office will be closed on Friday, August the 1st. When you register your child, bring official birth certificates, also immunization records, students' social security number, proof of residence like a utility bill, also parents or guardians' driver's license, and parents also must, or guardians must have proof of that. Well, while there is some concern about purse snatching here in the city, it's not something that's going on a lot, but it is a concern. Sergeant Detective Tony Everett of the Big Spring Police elaborates.
Sometimes they're casing, sometimes I'm sure it's just a crime of opportunity. They just happen to see it and go for it. They also will catch women in the parking lot, and a lot of times they'll set their purse up on top of their car while they load their groceries and turn around, the purse is gone. Best thing to do in that situation is put your purse in the car first, then load your groceries. But the best thing is to be aware of your surroundings. Watch what's going on around you.
Yeah, because if you are a victim, could be traumatic consequences.
When we have a purse theft, the very next day we start getting calls from the victim. They've used her debit card, they've used her credit card. So the best thing to do is cancel everything immediately. And of course, then you're going to have to go through the driver's license, and anything you carry in the purse, you're going to have to replace.
Everett also says, well, some of those stores may have surveillance cameras, rather. It could be difficult to catch a thief.
Now, Walmart has cameras inside. H-E-B has cameras. But a lot of times people do this, they cover their face where we can't see them because they know the cameras are there, so don't count on those cameras to help us catch who did it. But in the store, don't put your purse in the shopping cart and leave it. The best thing to do is if you know what you're going in to purchase, put your debit card in your pocket and just take it in, lock your purse in the trunk, whatever you have to do, not to have to constantly stay focused on it.
And Everett says it's not only women who are being victims of this type of crime.
And one thing we've also had happening around here is men will take their wallets out to get their debit card out, and they'll lay their wallet down and go off and leave it. And of course, the next day, their credit cards are being used. These people know how to hit you where it hurts.
Be careful whenever you're out shopping. In obituaries, Chester Kaufman, 94, of Big Spring, died Monday, July 7th at Parkview Nursing and Rehab Center. The family will receive friends from 11 a.m. until 12:30 p.m. on Saturday at Myers and Smith Funeral Home. Graveside services are 1 p.m. at Trinity Memorial Park Peace Chapel. Wesley Charles Carroll Jr. died July 2nd in Lago Vista. Graveside services are set for 10 a.m. at Trinity Memorial Park. Arrangements under the direction of Myers and Smith Funeral Home. And Mary Allen Pope, 88, of Big Spring, died July 5th. Memorial service today at 3 p.m. at Marcy Place at 2301 Wasson Road. The second memorial service and interment will be July 24th, 3 p.m. at Malden United Methodist Church. News time is 6:35.
I'm Casey Welch Baker. More families than ever are making funeral arrangements in advance. By pre-planning, you save your family from having to make decisions at a difficult time, and it gives you peace of mind. At Nally Pickle and Welch Funeral Home and Crematory, my dad, Tommy Welch, and I believe one of the most thoughtful gifts you can give your family takes no more than your time. Contact Nally Pickle and Welch, 267-6331, or visit us at npwelch.com for a free brochure on pre-planning.
News time is 6:35 in sports. The Retro Triathlon, better known as the Big Spring Super Sprint and Kids Triathlon, will be this Saturday at the Russ McEwen Family Aquatic Center. It'll start at 6 a.m., and then the participants will begin the event at 7:30 a.m. Craig Fulte, the race director, elaborates.
Kids from 7 to 15 have an official race for their age groups. The 7 to 8-year-olds, 9 to 10-year-olds, 11 to 12-year-olds, and then 13 to 15-year-olds have their different age categories.
Now then there's the retro race.
And then from 15 and up, we start next with the Retro Triathlon, which is a retro theme. It goes back to the sweatbands and leg warmers and all that kind of stuff of kind of the early days of triathlon. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's kind of a laid-back, multiple loop course, a lot of fun from 15 and up. So 15 to 99.
So when can they start registering, Craig?
Just to register this week, they can go online to www.permianbasinevents.com and go to the Retro Triathlon page, and it's got a registration link. So they go online and register. Registration's cheap for this one. Most triathlons are $50, $60. This one's $25 because of all the help of USA Triathlon, and our sponsors help keep this one really low.
Again, that race, the retro race, and the Big Spring Super Kids Triathlon will be held this Saturday beginning at 6 a.m. with transition for all participants, and then it gets started at 7:30 at the Russ McEwen Aquatic Center out there. All right, 2014 Texas Tech season tickets are sold out. Yeah, 38,502 tickets were sold this season. That breaks the previous record from 2010, where they sold 32,227 season tickets. So if you think going to a ball game this season, Texas Tech, well, think again. Well, the Midland Rockhounds are now in first place after a 10-6 win last night. 6 straight wins for the Hounds. And if you're World Cup fanatic, Argentina beat the Netherlands yesterday 4-2. They are now on to the championship round against Germany in the World Cup.
The forecast you need when you need it. K-Best Weather.
And your Pinpoint 7 weather forecast, sunny, 94 this afternoon. Then on Friday, 92. Saturday, look for a high of 95. Sunday, 99. Monday, might as well ditto, 99. And Tuesday, look for a high of 93. Currently, Borden County checks in at 72. Coahoma at 75. Garden City, 76. 76 degrees here in Big Spring. For more on your 5-day forecast and on these stories, visit Facebook or log on to kbestmedia.com. I'm Tom A. Reese with your KBest Radio Group News. Now, look up and live.
This is Calvary Calendar, pastor of First Church of the Nazarene, bringing you this morning's Look Up and Live. 1 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 13 says, "You received his message, and this word continues to work in you who believe." In the Bible, you will find a solution for just about every problem you face in life. How often have you gone for help to a pastor or counselor or friend, only to have them direct you back to the scriptures? When you get sick enough, you won't argue with the doctor. You'll just take the medicine. Paul writes, "When you received his message from us, you didn't think of our words as mere human ideas. You accepted what we said as the very word of God, which, of course, it is. And this word continues to work in you who believe." God's word works when you work with it, but it only continues to work in you who believe. So don't read it and then go out and say something different. Get into agreement with God. Let his word on the issue be your word on it too. The Amplified Bible says, "The word of God, which is effectually at work in you who believe." One day an atheist said to a believer that it was quite impossible to believe in any book whose author was unknown. The believer asked him if the compiler of the multiplication table was known. "No," he answered. "Then of course you don't accept it," the believer asked. The skeptic replied, "Oh yes, I believe in it because it works well." The believer replied, "So does the Bible." The greatest investment you can make in yourself is in reading your Bible. This is Calvary Calendar reminding you to look up and live.
Attention employers, get your staff members in, out, and back to work. There is now one place in Big Spring to send your employees for testing. West Texas Injury Prevention, a subdivision of Back in Motion. Our healthcare professionals are here to help employers screen existing and potential employees for health risks. West Texas Injury Prevention performs employee physicals, drug testing, EKGs, flu vaccines, TB and hepatitis screenings, weight limit testing, breath alcohol, digital x-rays, even DOT exam. The advantage to West Texas Injury Prevention is that all of the testing is in one location. Just one. No traveling around or waiting around. In fact, with Rapid eScreen, negative drug tests come back in just 5 minutes. West Texas Injury Prevention will even go to your business. Get your employees in, out, and back to work. Get physical with West Texas Injury Prevention. Next door to Back in Motion at 12th and Scurry. Call 264-1920 to set up an appointment today.
Did your mother ever tell you that the way to a man's heart is through his stomach? Well, Brenda over at Hilltop Cafe knows that, so she's cooking up all-you-can-eat shrimp and fish, and everybody loves shrimp. After all,
You can boil it, broil it, bake it, saute it, shrimp kebabs, shrimp creole, there's pineapple shrimp, lemon shrimp, coconut shrimp, pepper shrimp, shrimp and potatoes, shrimp burger. That's about it.
well, Brenda is frying it up, and it is delicious, especially when it's all-you-can-eat shrimp and fish. Hilltop Cafe is located at the top of the hill on East 4th Street, right next to the car wash. That's this Thursday night and all day Friday for all-you-can-eat shrimp and fish with fries, beans, coleslaw, and hush puppies. Now that'll win his heart, because men love shrimp.
I'm not a smart man, but I know what love is.
See? Take him for all you can eat this Thursday night and all day Friday at Hilltop Cafe.
They're like that brother and sister with completely different parents. So, not like brother and sister at all when you think about it. You're listening to Gooney and Heather on Gooney in the Morning on KBST.
Welcome back to Gooney in the Morning on KBST AM and FM. It's Thursday, July 10th, 6:43 here at the KBS studio. Big shout out to all the listeners out in Coahoma today. Gooney here with you this morning, getting you up and on your way to work. We got Charles Sagona in the house.
Hey, what's going on?
It's going, man. Heather's in the house, too.
Hey, you guys.
That music just builds.
I thought you were about to bust out the Let's Get Ready to Rumble.
Yeah, I felt like it. This music just gets me jazzed.
It should have just been like, oh, just because of the World Cup.
Hey. Oh, the World Cup's still going on?
I don't know.
That's apparently so.
It's football season.
But, hey, one of the most viral videos on the internet that I saw yesterday that was absolutely one of the funniest things. You guys are familiar with WWE, right? You know Jim Ross, the legendary announcer, the guy wear a cowboy hat. Anyway, somebody took some of his wrestling announcements and put it onto Brazil's loss to Germany.
Oh, yeah.
And so they have the highlights, and it has wrestling announcements. It's the funniest thing in the world.
Oh, I've got to look that up.
It's pretty much the funniest thing ever.
Yeah.
Like that's
until
with it.
Until the next thing happens.
I'm going to have to check that out. That's crazy.
So,
good stuff, guys. Good stuff.
So, just in a couple of hours, Garth Brooks is going to announce his world tour.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
That is really exciting. Garth Brooks hadn't done anything big in a long time. He's kind of been laying low for a little while.
Well, yeah, he decided to spend some time home with his daughters and kind of came out of retirement a little bit for Las Vegas, and now he's ready to hit the road. He had 5 concerts planned in Ireland, and he's been having some problem. Ireland didn't want him to do 5. They wanted him to do 3, and he sold 400,000 tickets between those 5 concerts.
Yeah, wow. Do all 5.
Yeah, well, that's what you would think.
That's crazy.
That's what you would think because, I mean, you talk about the economic boom for this. I mean, it's pretty huge because 80,000 of those people didn't even live in Ireland. They were coming in for those shows.
Oh, really?
And so this was going to be a massive thing. And so they said, nah, don't do 5, do 3. We can live with the benefits of 3. And he said, it's just not worth it. And he said, you know what? Playing for 400,000 people is a dream come true.
Yeah.
However, telling 2/5 of those people that they can't come to the concert is pretty much a nightmare. So he said, you know what? I'm out.
So he's going to tell them all they can't come.
Yeah, the concerts are canceled right now.
Oh,
Ticketmaster's actually giving away refunds and everything. So this isn't how he wanted to start his concert announcement. He wanted to do this huge, and now he has this whole backlash because people are like, well, you're selfish. You should just go play those shows.
Right.
So what he did is he put out a letter yesterday, kind of an open letter to everybody, saying, I'm going to keep my calendar open till the last minute. I'm not going to turn my ship around. He actually has a ship going out there.
Really?
And rumored was he turned it around, but he said no. He said, I'm going to keep my gear and my people going out there.
Yeah.
And if you decide to let me play 5 shows, I'll be there. If not, I'll just bring everybody home.
Wow.
So,
that's crazy.
But he has that announcement coming up. It's going to be streamed live on the internet at 11 p.m. today, 11 a.m. today, garthbrooks.com. And I was telling Heather just a few seconds ago, it's pretty exciting. You go to the website and you just hear thunder.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And the thunder rolls.
And he's planning on just announcing all of his, I guess, the cities he's touring in.
I think so. I think he's going to announce the full thing. Nobody knows exactly what he's going to announce. None of these dates have leaked. Like when George Strait did it,
right?
About half of his dates were already listed.
Yeah.
And it's rumored he's going to be touring with his wife, Trisha Yearwood. So it's pretty cool.
That is cool.
I'm excited.
Wow.
And we'll put that up on
back.
Facebook once we find out. I'm sure if he's going to tour, I'm sure he has to hit Texas a few times.
Oh, he's got to. He has to.
So
his rock career kind of flopped a little bit, though. Is that kind of why he went into retirement? Because he wanted to do this rock and roll thing, and it just didn't.
Well, he had the Chris Gaines thing for a little while. Yeah, that didn't work out well, but that's not what happened. I mean, he went out on top, and he still put out music while he was in retirement. He just didn't tour.
Right.
And so now he's going to bring up the touring and try to become one of the bigger artists now.
I kind of miss Garth Brooks being around. Like, he was huge back there in the late 90s, early 2000s.
He dominated the 90s.
He did, and then he just kind of...
So here's the thing.
Disappeared.
Do you think he can come back?
Yeah.
And become
Garth Brooks.
But do you think he can become the megastar that he was?
See, that's the thing. I don't know. I had watched, he did a special on TV not too long ago, and I watched that. And, of course, the dude still has tons of fans, and he's still a great entertainer. But at the same time, you look at him up on stage, and part of he's like, well, he's that washed-up old entertainer now.
Right.
But see, country music isn't the same as it was back then, and I just...
It's not.
it's not as good as the old country.
Then you see people like George Strait just dominate and break records.
Yeah. Right.
So you never know. I mean,
Garth Brooks can come back and show everybody up.
No, not at all. But one thing you have to realize, though, he's coming back, and his audience is a little bit older, and the newer audience, they've never heard of him. And if they have, they weren't around whenever he was as big. So he's going to have to make his name. He's going to have to put something out and get after it.
The Thunder's going to have to roll.
Exactly.
The Lightning's going to have to strike.
Yeah. Hey, Gooney, here's another story that was happening in Midland. You've heard of the lesser prairie chicken, right?
I've heard of it.
It's an endangered species. Have you seen what they look like?
No, I haven't.
They're pretty cool. You're gonna
look it up after this segment.
You're gonna have to Google it. Yep. Go ahead and Google it right now. I'm gonna tell everyone about it. What's going on is over in Midland, they were going to build this spaceport, and they're waiting to get the spaceport licensed. And right now, lesser prairie chicken is holding that up because they're worried that the sonic booms will disrupt the birds' early morning mating habits, and the city officials maintain the sounds won't harm the chickens. So what I have to ask is, are they going to do tests on the chickens? Are they just going to bring the lesser prairie chicken over somewhere and hit it with some sonic boom and then see if it minds?
Well, like they said, it's a morning mating ritual. Why not just not launch in the morning?
Why can't they just mate at other times of the day? Like, change up
Why do they have to mate every day?
How do you know that they have a ritual?
Well, go ahead and send them a letter, Gooney, and you can solve this problem.
Trust me, I love animals. I am a huge humanitarian for animals. I'm not about getting rid of extinct animals, but when you look at the picture of this thing, you probably will care a little less about what they're doing.
That's a pretty cool little bird.
Honesty is key, Gooney.
That's right.
It's key.
It doesn't look like a chicken, though. It's kind of like a quail.
That's what I was thinking.
Like a big quail.
It's a quail mixed with a dodo. That's what it looks like.
Dodos are gone.
Well, that's what we're trying not. We're trying not to let it go the way of the dodo.
Prehistoric dating, man. You never know.
So anyway, so that's being held up. The FAA has till mid-September to issue the spaceport license, and it's a process that's already taken about 2 years. So
I'm looking at this map right here of like where they live.
Right, their territory.
And it shows like when they migrate, where they live at in the summers and the winters, and where they live year round. The only place is right here. Like the only place. And it doesn't say that they migrate anywhere or they live anywhere different in the summer or the winters. It's all right here all year round. It's not a very big location. Like, my eyes are horrible, but it's just like West Texas, eastern New Mexico, a little southwest Oklahoma, and the Panhandle there, and that's it. I mean, it's just the plains of West Texas.
That's why they got to be careful.
Wow.
So another thing you got to look forward to is the Lucky Ducky Derby. That's going to be taking place next Friday, July 18th at 6:30, the Russ McEwen Aquatic Center. And you can adopt the duck. Heather, have you got your duck yet?
Lucky Ducky.
No, I have not gotten my ducks, but we do have tickets for those ducks.
And Heather will sell you a ticket.
I will.
Really?
I'm really good at selling.
It's only $1, isn't it?
It's $1 for one, and then $5.
It's $5 for one,
and $45 for 10.
Oh, okay.
No discounts, Heather.
No.
I was trying to get one.
Prices are set as announced.
Yes, and no, not as you announced first. $5, but you know what? The really cool thing about this is, you can win an appliance of your choice up to $1,500. So there's going to be a bunch of other prizes as well.
It's a new fridge.
Yeah, you can get one of those cool fridges for $1,500.
With the internet.
Yeah.
Just found that out a couple days ago.
And like I said, one of the biggest things is the proceeds are going to Isaiah 58 and the Greater Big Spring Rotary Club. And this is just a fun thing. Seeing all those ducks go down that slide is just worth it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Mass hysteria.
That's a lot of ducks. Like, I don't know. It just reminds me of like watching those videos of people getting on subways in Japan.
They're like pushing people in there?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Like, that's what those ducks look like coming down that slide.
Like, today's a good day to walk.
I just want to know where they get the ducks. I mean, is this somebody's personal duck collection? Did somebody have to buy thousands of ducks for this, or do they rent them? Is there a company that rents rubber ducks?
That is a really good question,
Where
Charles.
do you get the ducks from?
That's just what goes through my mind whenever I think about these things, because I saw this last year and I was like, that's a lot of rubber ducks.
Anybody know where the ducks come
There's just
from,
someone
call
that
us and let us know.
Just slowly saves one. Like every time they see one, they're like, ooh, a duck, and they buy it. And so over the
Ooh,
year,
rubber
they're just
duck.
constantly buying ducks.
Ooh, a rubber duck.
Like it's becoming this obsession.
Yeah.
Now would be the great time to cue the Rubber Ducky song.
Oh, man. Hey, you know that Eastern New Mexico State University has a prairie chicken festival?
What?
They've had 11 apparently.
Is that
11 annual?
Is that the lesser prairie chicken though, or is that the regular prairie chicken?
Yeah, the lesser prairie chicken. Oh, there's two.
So there's a
lesser one and a regular.
Yeah.
That's kind of.
Is there
sad.
a greater prairie chicken?
I guess the regular one could be greater.
It's like discrimination of the prairie chicken.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Messed up.
That's just wrong.
Also want to know how the prairie chicken tastes.
Does it taste like a prairie dog or does it taste like a chicken?
Is that illegal?
Why would it taste like a prairie dog?
It's a prairie chicken. I don't know.
You know what a prairie dog tastes like?
No.
That's scary.
That's not scary. You shouldn't know what a prairie dog tastes like.
Yeah, you have a very good point.
Yeah.
We digress. Hey, be sure to get your birthdays and your anniversaries into our Facebook page. Just go to facebook.com/KBest957. We'll read those live and on the air along with the sweetheart of the day.
Yeah.
Here in just a few minutes when we return on Gooney in the Morning on KBST. Hey, we got TSN coming up next here on KBST.
DQ, this is the stop sign of Texas. How does your typical Texas mom stop the afternoon munchies?
Mom, we're hungry!
With a quick stop at DQ. From great DQ desserts like the S'mores Blizzard to classic dip cones, shakes, sundaes, and more. For the best treats and eats in Texas, there's only one place to stop. DQ, this is the stop sign of Texas.
TSN News, I'm Mitch Carr. An apparent family argument has turned deadly. It happened in spring. More from TSN's Chuck Martin.
Investigators say Ron Lee Haskell walked into a home and killed 4 children. A man and woman, said to be the children's mother and estranged wife of the suspect, were also discovered, shot in the head. Only a 15-year-old girl survived and was able to warn deputies that her grandparents were also targeted.
Fortunately, they were brought out of the house before that could happen, and we would have had more tragedy.
Harris County Sheriff's Deputy Thomas Gilliland. Haskell eventually surrendered after a 3-hour standoff. He's held on 6 counts of capital murder. Chuck Martin, TSN News.
A second arrest now in the shooting death of a Jordanton woman last month. The Lone Star Fugitive Task Force has arrested John Finch in Atacosca County. He was found hiding at a friend's home in Charlotte. Another suspect, Naomi Delgado, was arrested a week after the mid-June murder of Lindsay Watkins. President Obama has asked Governor Perry for his support in passing emergency funding for the border after their meeting in Dallas. TSN's Emily Troop says he could see sending National Guard troops to the border.
But President Obama said,
the best thing that we can do is to make sure that the children are able to live in their own countries safely.
Perry did not respond directly to the president's request for him to support emergency funding and the immigration reform bill that is waiting in Congress. In a CBS This Morning interview, Perry instead criticized the president for not visiting the border himself.
I don't think George Bush got away with saying his FEMA director had been to New Orleans 6 times.
Emily Trube, TSN News.
And the Homeland Security Secretary will be talking to Congress today about the $3.7 billion request to deal with the flood of unaccompanied child immigrants. Jay Johnson's scheduled appearance before the Senate Appropriations Committee comes a day after the president discussed the matter with Governor Perry. The mating habits of the endangered lesser prairie chicken have postponed a West Texas city's plans for spaceflight. Midland is waiting for clearance from the Fish and Wildlife Service for an FAA spaceport license. Midland International Airport hopes to become the first in the nation to offer commercial and space flights. UT regents meet in Austin today, a day after the president of the Austin campus agreed to step down in June of 2015. Today's meeting was seen as a day Bill Powers could possibly be fired after years of clashes with the chancellor and several board members. Cigarroa had wanted Powers to resign by October or risk being fired. Powers met with Cigarroa and the board chairman of the Regents yesterday to negotiate an alternative exit deal. This is TSN News.
This is Inside Texas Business, featuring Lone Star State companies committed to creating growth through unique business practices. Roger Fritcher, principal of Pioneer Contract Services, says
Pioneer is a single-source supplier of office furniture, office relocations, and records and information management for business. Our success is attributable to our ability to address customer needs and our commitment to doing the job safely.
Inside Texas Business, sponsored by Texas Mutual Insurance Company, a workers' comp provider committed to stopping workplace accidents before they happen. More at WorksafeTexas.com.
To some of us, it's just a cold glass of milk, packed with nutrition. To a dairy farmer, it's the everyday commitment of protecting the environment, taking care of the cows, and raising their families in our local community. It's all about family, the cows, and the land. And of course, providing wholesome, nutritious dairy foods. To learn more about the dairy farming community, visit dairymax.org.
Reports out of Jerusalem indicate at least 75 Palestinians have been killed in 3 days of an Israeli offensive on Gaza. Israel says it continues to intercept rockets fired by Gaza militants aimed for Israel. An Israeli military spokesman says already 20,000 reservists have been mobilized for a possible ground operation into Gaza. Britain's prime minister is pledging to rush through fresh measures to give police and spy agencies the power to collect mobile phone and internet data. The bill follows a European Court of Justice ruling in April that said forcing data companies to keep such records violates the right to privacy and the right to protect personal data. And Samsung Electronics says it's looking into allegations that one of its Chinese suppliers was hiring children and underage workers without overtime pay or insurance. I'm Mitch Carr on the Texas State Network. This is TSN.
With news every hour, this is KBST AM and FM, Big Spring.
Here's the latest from ABC News. I'm Richard Davies. Authorities in suburban Houston say a 34-year-old gunman who shot and killed 6 members of the same family is now in custody, charged with murder. ABC's Ryan Owens in Spring, Texas, where the shootings happened.
Police say about 6 o'clock Wednesday night, he showed up at the family home and shot a total of 7 people, including 5 children. Then he led police on a chase for several miles. Then there was a standoff in this very nice neighborhood right in the middle of a cul-de-sac. People had to be evacuated from their homes. He had a gun to his head. He finally gave up at about 10 o'clock last night.
A 15-year-old girl who was shot is in critical condition. Chinese hackers have reportedly tried to steal names, job titles, and foreign contact information from U.S. government workers. In Washington, ABC Stephen Portnoy.
The breach reportedly happened in March, with Chinese hackers targeting the personal data of government workers who sought top-secret clearances. The Office of Personnel Management claims it blocked the hackers, but the New York Times reports it's not clear whether any information was compromised first. Secretary of State John Kerry happens to be in China for meetings with the president and other high-ranking officials.
Much of Kerry's discussions in China about efforts to reduce the impact of climate change from a rise in carbon in the Earth's atmosphere.
As the world's 2 biggest energy consumers and carbon emitters, China and America together have a special role to play in reducing emissions and in developing a clean energy future.
Kerry speaking to reporters in Beijing today. The talks were also about growing regional tensions between China and its neighbors in Asia. Israel's bombardment of the Gaza Strip continues, and more rockets were lobbed in from the Palestinian side. Sirens sounding in Tel Aviv. Scores of missiles landed in Israel. This is ABC News.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number.
Call 877-319-MY-TV.
The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. So cancel the cable and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money.
Call 877-319-MY-TV.
At just $24.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card.
Call 877-319-MY-TV. That's 877-319-MY-TV.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number.
Call 877-319-MY-TV.
The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. So cancel the cable and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money.
Call 877-319-MY-TV.
At just $24.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card.
Call 877-319-MY-TV. That's 877-319-MY-TV.
In London, the British government, led by David Cameron, wants new legislation aimed at giving authorities more power to snoop. Here's ABC's Tom Rivers.
Britain's Prime Minister has pledged to rush through fresh emergency measures to give police and spy agencies the power to scoop up cell phone and internet data.
I'm simply not prepared to be a Prime Minister who has to address the people after a terrorist incident and explain that I could have done more to prevent it.
While people here understand that, by definition, the legislation increases the power of the state over the people, eroding hard-fought-for civil liberties in the process. Tom Rivers, ABC News, London.
The price of oil on global markets has fallen for 9 straight days. Global supplies continue to flow despite problems in the Middle East. Oil analysts say that gasoline prices are likely to fall for motorists in the coming weeks and months. Richard Davies, ABC News.
The Big Green Egg, the most versatile cooking device ever. Is it a grill? Is it an oven? Or a smoker? The answer is yes. You can sear steaks, chops, and fish with a flavor-packed crust unmatched by other grills. High-temperature steakhouse grilling, even at 750 degrees, is quick and easy. The Big Green Egg bakes bread, pizza, cookies, cakes better and quicker than your kitchen oven. You may never bake indoors again. Meals are more memorable when you roast a turkey or ham on a Big Green Egg. The moisture retention produces the most flavorful meat you have ever tasted. The construction of the egg allows for extreme flexibility at low heat or when used as a smoker. The egg gives the best results with turkey, ham, brisket, chicken, or ribs. Want a slow cook at low heat for 14 to 16 hours? No problem. Convenience is the name of the game. So stop in for a no-pressure shopping experience at Elrod's Furniture, Big Spring's oldest, largest, finest furniture store with the best brands and best prices at 2309 Scurry Street.
Are you looking for an experienced general dentist who can meet virtually all of your dental needs without having to go out of town? Dr. David Ward can. Of course, he and his team gently provide cleanings, beautiful white fillings, crowns and bridges, dentures and partials, but Dr. Ward also does all of the following: sedation, orthodontics, root canal treatment, implants to replace teeth and retain dentures, oral surgery, including wisdom teeth and implant placement, and laser gum surgery. Dr. Ward can even provide wonderful relief to some medical problems, including snoring, sleep apnea, migraines, and TMJ pain with highly effective FDA-approved therapies. At Dr. Ward's, most insurances are filed and accepted with copay. Qualified no-interest financing is also available. His high-tech office is in the beautiful historic Rock House on the corner of 15th and Scurry. See his website at davidwardDDS.com. Dr. David Ward. Gentle, beautiful, high-tech dentistry right here in Big Spring.
Hi, I'm Joyce at Chotewell Service. We're a family-owned business established in 1957 by Carol and me, serving this community's water well needs with professional service. Licensed by the state of Texas, Chotewell Service works on windmills, submergible pumps, drill water wells for irrigation, domestic, and oil field. We rent generators and pumps. For your water well needs, call us. Chotewell Service, 393-5231. We're the best in the business.
Hair by Jose. Big city styles, small town prices. Have you seen Hair by Jose's new studio in downtown Big Spring? Hair by Jose is at 109 East 3rd Street and carries top-of-the-line hair products including TG, Bedhead, and S Factor. Hair by Jose. Big city styles, small town prices. Book an appointment today by calling 714-HAIR. 714-HAIR. See the new location at 109 East 3rd Street in downtown Big Spring. Hair by Jose.
It's never too late to enroll at New Hope Christian School for newborns through 12. New Hope offers a Becca curriculum with loving Christian teachers, after-school care, and transportation available for most area schools. Hot, nutritious breakfast, lunch, and an afternoon snack provided. Stop by 118 Cedar Road or go to newhopebigspring.com. That's www.newhopebigspring.com. See what a difference New Hope can make in your child's future.
We're sending you back
to the future.
Your child's future depends on their education, and Nazarene Christian Academy continues to provide you with a choice in that education. With kindergarten, first grade, and second grade coming in 2014, they provide a Becca curriculum with certified, loving Christian teachers. For more information, go to newhopebigspring.com. See what a difference Nazarene Christian Academy can make in your child's future.
Better buy from Benny, and you'll get a better buy.
Now, when we say you'll get a better buy at Benny Boyd, we mean it. But what exactly does a better buy mean for you? That's simple. It means Benny Boyd will beat any dealer's price in Texas on a new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram. And he'll even deliver it right to your doorstep free of charge.
Ain't no better way to buy, so don't you even try to make it worth the drive.
That's right. You can buy your new vehicle over the phone at a guaranteed lower price and have it delivered at no extra charge. Choose from over 800 vehicles during our summer clearance event and experience the new 2014 28 MPG Ram 1500 diesel, available at the Benny Boyd Better Price. And that, my friends, is what the Benny Boyd Better Buy is all about. So come see us in Lamesa at 1611 Lubbock Highway.
Better buy from Benny, and you'll get a better buy. That's Benny Boyd, y'all.
With the news you need, when you need it. Howard County's news leader, your K-Best Radio Group News.
Good morning. It is Wednesday, July the 9th, 76 degrees in Big Spring. Your complete Cape Best Pinpoint 7 weather is straight ahead. Good morning, everyone. I'm Tom A. Reese. Well, the Big Spring Public Works Director, Johnny Womack, was recently elected president of Keep Texas Beautiful. His wife, Doreen Womack, is the executive director of Keep Midland Beautiful. We'll talk with Johnny Womack later today. Also, there's concern about purse snatching in the city, although there's not been a rash of them. The Big Spring detective Tony Everett says there is a concern.
When we have a purse theft, the very next day we start getting calls from the victim. They've used her debit card, they've used her credit card. So the best thing to do is cancel everything immediately. And of course, then you're going to have to go through the driver's license and anything you carry in your purse, you're going to have to replace.
Yeah, that whole thing could be a traumatic experience.
When we have a purse theft, the very next day we start getting calls from the victim. They've used her debit card, they've used her credit card. So the best thing to do is cancel everything immediately. And of course, then you're going to have to go through the driver's license and anything you carry in your purse, you're going to have to replace.
Even at these box grocery stores, they do have surveillance cameras, but do they really help?
Now, Walmart has cameras inside. H-E-B has cameras. But a lot of times people do this, they cover their face where we can't see them because they know the cameras are there, so don't count on those cameras to help us catch who did it. But in the store, don't put your purse in the shopping cart and leave it. The best thing to do is if you know what you're going in to purchase, put your debit card in your pocket and just take it in, lock your purse in the trunk, whatever you have to do, not to have to constantly stay focused on it.
And guys, you could be victims too.
One thing we've also had happening around here is men will take their wallets out to get their debit card out, and they'll lay their wallet down and go off and leave it. And of course, the next day their credit cards are being used. These people know how to hit you where it hurts.
Absolutely. Again, if you are going to go out grocery shopping, be aware of your circumstances around you so you will not be a victim of this crime. In a tragic two-vehicle accident in Midland, one person is dead after a after a truck collided with an SUV on Loop 250 near Midland Park Mall around 5 p.m. yesterday. Dead is 38-year-old Danny Roberts. He died at the scene. According to police reports, he was driving eastbound on Loop 250 when he crossed the median and then collided head-on with an SUV in the westbound lanes. A second SUV then hit him from behind. The driver of the first SUV had children as passengers, ages 3 and 8. The 8-year-old is in critical condition. The 3-year-old suffered minor injuries. It is the 21st death on Midland County roads this year. BISD will hold pre-K and kindergarten registration for those new students July 21st through August the 1st. Records and registration office will be open 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. The office will be closed on Friday, August 1st. Now, when you register your child, bring their official birth certificate, immunization records, also the student social security card, proof of residence, utility bill, parents or guardian's driver's license, and you must have proof if you are a guardian. In obituaries, Chester Kaufman, 94, of Big Spring, died Monday, July the 7th at Parkview Nursing and Rehab Center. The family will receive friends from 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. That happens Saturday at Myers and Smith Funeral Home. Graveside services will be at 1 p.m. at Trinity Memorial Park Peace Chapel, also on Saturday. Wesley Charles Carroll Jr. died July 2nd in Lago Vista. Graveside services are set for 10 a.m. at Trinity Memorial Park. Arrangements under the direction of Myers and Smith Funeral Home. And Mary Allen Pope, 88, of Big Spring, died July 5th. Memorial services today, 3 p.m. at Marcy Place at 2301 Waston Road. A second memorial service and interments will be July 24th, 3 p.m. at Moulton United Methodist Church. News time is 7:13. This portion of the news is being brought to you by Myers & Smith Funeral Home.
A funeral is a time of loss and a time of hope. At its best, it can be a tribute to love and life and to the legacy left behind.
Dad gave us so much. Here was our chance to thank him.
Talk to our caring staff about your funeral needs, and let us help you create a ceremony of sensitivity, compassion, and respect.
Myers & Smith Funeral Home and Chapel.
News time is 7:14. The 15th annual Texas A&M auction set for Saturday here in Big Spring at the Big Spring Country Club, hosted by the Howard County A&M Texas A&M Club. Former Texas A&M coach Jackie Asher will be the guest speaker. Members of the A&M 12-man kickoff team will also be there. Sports memorabilia, vacation trips, and a whole lot more. A lot of fun. Begins also with the golf tournament. That's Saturday morning. That'll be at 8 a.m. at the Country Club. Also going on this weekend here in Big Spring will be the Retro Triathlon and the Big Spring Super Sprint for Kids Triathlon out at Russell McEwen Family Aquatic Park out there. Now, the event begins at about 7:30, but transition teams will be there at about 6 a.m. Also, Craig Felty tells us more about the race.
Kids from 7 to 15 have an official race for their age groups. The 7 to 8-year-olds, 9 to 10-year-olds, 11 to 12-year-olds, and then 13 to 15-year-olds have their different age categories.
And then there's the retro group.
And then from 15 and up, we start next with the Retro Triathlon, which is a retro theme. It goes back to the sweatbands and leg warmers and all that kind of stuff of kind of the early days of triathlon. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's kind of a laid-back, multiple loop course, a lot of fun from 15 and up. So 15 to 99.
And there's still time to register.
Just to register this week, they can go online to www.permianbasinevents.com and go to the Retro Triathlon page, and it's got a registration link. So they go online and register. Registration's cheap for this one. Most triathlons are $50, $60. This one's $25 because of all the help of USA Triathlon, and our sponsors help keep this one really low.
It's the second annual Retro Triathlon and Big Spring Super Sprint for Kids Triathlon. Happens 7:30 at McEwen Family Aquatic Center here in Big Spring. Well, Texas Tech tickets are sold out for the 2014 season. Sold them out last time. They sold this many tickets, over 37,000 this year, but 32,000 was the previous record back in 2010. So if you want to go to a Texas Tech game, you might want to get a friend who has season tickets, because they're sold out. 38,502 for 2014. If you're a World Cup fan, it'll be Argentina and also the Netherlands in the championship, as those teams will Argentina beat the Netherlands 4-2. Germany and Argentina now will vie for the World Cup championship as well. So if you're a soccer fan, there you go. LeBron James will also decide today where he's going to play. Been playing the last 4 years Miami, but he opted out of his option deal. Cleveland is suspected to be one of the main players. Of course, he could go back to Miami. We'll have to see. Rangers got swept by the Astros last night, 8-4. They've lost 17 of 20 games now. They'll be back in action tonight when they host the Angels. 7:05 is the pregame show, 7:30, first pitch. And we'll be back with weather in a moment.
Pastor Courtney Ballard and the good folks at the Circuit Riders Cowboy Church of Howard County would like to invite you and your family to their Sunday worship services at 10 o'clock. Bible study begins at 9. Cowboy Church is located south of Big Spring at 5108 Nichols Road, and that's across the street from the Elbow Elementary School at the corner of Farm Road 818 and Nichols Road. Dress is casual. Come join us for old-time gospel and country songs. Looking forward to seeing you on Sunday.
The forecast you need when you need it. K-Best Weather.
And your pinpoint 7 forecast, sunny, 94 this afternoon. Then on Friday, look for high of about 92. Warming up on Saturday to about 99. Sunday, much of the same, 99. Monday, 98. Tuesday, just a little bit cooler. Okay, look for high of 93. Currently, Borden County checks in 70 degrees. Colorado City, 73. Clear skies out there. Garden City, 74. 76 and clear here in Big Spring. For more of these stories and your 5-day forecast, visit Facebook or log on to kbestmedia.com. I'm Tom A. Reese with your K-Best Radio Group News.
This is your Action News reporter again at the scene of Back in Motion Chiropractic, where another amazing incident seems to have occurred. Pardon me, sir. Did you see what happened here at Back in Motion?
Yeah, I did. He looked like an ordinary man, but I believe he was a superhero. He took Ethel's head and adjusted her neck real gentle-like, and she came out a-smiling. Took her pain away in a flash. Come back here, Ethel!
There you have it. Pain has once again been eliminated at Back in Motion Chiropractic.
When Texans have a life-threatening emergency, every second counts. How soon can you get to an emergency room? Air-Evac Life Team. Our mission is saving lives and saving Texans money. When you buy our membership, instead of an air ambulance flight costing you thousands of dollars, you pay nothing more. Join America's fastest-growing air medical membership program.
Call Francis Malone for membership information. 270-3002. That's 270-3002. Did your mother ever tell you that the way to a man's heart is through his stomach? Well, Brenda over at Hilltop Cafe knows that, so she's cooking up all-you-can-eat shrimp and fish, and everybody loves shrimp. After all,
you can boil it, broil it, bake it, saute it, shrimp kebabs, shrimp creole, pineapple shrimp, lemon shrimp, coconut shrimp, pepper shrimp, shrimp and potatoes, shrimp burger. That's about it.
Well, Brenda is frying it up, and it is delicious, especially when it's all-you-can-eat shrimp and fish. Hilltop Cafe is located at the top of the hill on East 4th Street, right next to the car wash. That's this Thursday night and all day Friday for all-you-can-eat shrimp and fish with fries, beans, coleslaw, and hush puppies. Now that'll win his heart, because men love shrimp.
I'm not a smart man, but I know what love is.
See? Take him for all you can eat this Thursday night and all day Friday at Hilltop Cafe.
All right, here we go. Hold your ears, folks. It's showtime.
It's showtime.
All right, showtime.
Showtime. Showtime.
It's showtime. It's showtime.
Showtime. Showtime.
Let's bring it in. It's showtime, right? Hurry up.
Broadcasting live from the K-Best Studios in the Spring City. It's the morning show you wake up to hear. Gooney in the morning with Gooney.
It's hard to think of words in the morning.
And Heather.
And I'm dyslexic and ADD.
Yeah.
Whoa.
60% of the time, it works every time.
That escalated quickly.
Are you ready? It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way.
Hey, it's because I'm happy. That's right. Welcome back to Gooney in the Morning on KBST AM and FM. It's almost Friday, Thursday here, July 10th, 7:22 here at the KBS studio. I want to give a shout out to everybody listening in Force Hand today. Woo! Gooney here with you this morning. Get you on your way to work. We got Heather in the house.
Hey, guys.
Charles Sagona with us this morning.
Hey, what's going on?
It's going, man. It's Thursday. So glad the weekend's almost here. So glad.
We're very, very close.
Almost there. This weekend, we don't have... There's always a lot going on during the summer here in Big Spring, but we don't have a lot going on personally. We kind of have a break, finally.
How do you know what's on my agenda?
I just know. Because last weekend was so busy. No one wants to do anything this week.
Probably so. But that's a good thing.
That's like the K-Best busiest week of the year.
It is.
It was last week.
You got Fantastic running straight in the pops, and
no.
But you know what? It's fun.
Yeah. Oh, it was a blast. Like it seemed like when the rodeo kicked it all off.
Yeah, it was rodeo, Fantastic, then pops.
It's the busy season.
It was fun. Yeah.
Busy.
I'm ready for a break. I know that.
Now speaking of events in Big Spring, we posted a poll earlier this week asking people what was their favorite Big Spring event, and we even had to go back and add some choices because originally we had Splash In, Pops in the Park, Fantastic Four, and the Festival of Lights, and then we went back in and added Relay for Life. We added the rodeo. We added the Rattlesnake Roundup, and we just wanted to see what the favorite event was. I mean, you know what? I like them all.
Yeah, me too. It makes us realize how many cool events we're blessed to have here in Big Spring. Because there really is. There's a lot that goes on.
I didn't realize how much did go on until I worked here. Like I started working here.
Right.
And then I was like, man.
There's really something to do every weekend. Like this weekend, they have the Aggie auction that's going on at the Big Spring Country Club, and that's going to be pretty cool. And those guys who support the Texas A&M Aggies, and we have them play. They play football over on 1490.
That's right.
They have a lot to be proud of. Yesterday, they unveiled that the new jumbotron at Kyle Field has been unveiled. They paid $450 million, but now they have the bragging rights. They have the largest jumbotron in college football, not only the SEC but in college football.
That's huge, right
wow.
there.
Yes.
That's huge.
And just to give you an idea, the scoreboard's going to be 7,661 square feet. They put in the last panel yesterday, and they basically, I mean, this thing takes up the whole end zone. I mean, it is massive.
Wow.
And
that's insane. Yeah, it takes up that whole side of their stadium.
Now, they're not finished renovating the stadium.
That's crazy.
They're ready to put the field back in. I saw the pictures yesterday.
Right.
The field's not in, but they're ready to go for college football season. And then whenever they took down all the cranes around it, and then as soon as football season ends again, they're going to start demolishing the other side.
Oh,
and they're actually going to reduce seat capacity. I think they were at 109,000.
Right.
They're going to go down a little bit because they're going to put in some larger seats.
Oh, okay.
Apparently, people need more room to sit down, and
it's America.
Some more comfy seats is what I'm being told.
Yeah.
But Kyle Field is really, really nice, and it's just getting better and better.
That would be one of the field. Like I'm not a big A&M fan at all, but that would be one field that I'd like to go to and watch a football game before I died.
It seems like a good part.
I'd like to go to every football stadium in the SEC.
I've been to Texas and Texas Tech.
Neither one of those are in the SEC, Heather.
Oh, well, I don't know that. What is that?
The SEC? Yeah. That's the conference that Texas A&M play. It's the best football in college football.
I don't pay attention to A&M.
That's like the NFL version of college football.
It truly is.
That's where LSU's at, Alabama, Florida, all the schools.
But you know what? The cool thing is, I mean, these jumbotron races keep going on.
They really do. I mean, even in the high school level.
Yeah.
It's going crazy.
Yeah, you have some pretty crazy $1 million jumbotrons. I mean, over in Carthage, I think they paid 1.5. Allen, Texas.
And that's a 2A school in Carthage. Yeah, 1.5 million.
Yeah, Allen, Texas has a big one. They actually have a stadium they can't use right now.
Yeah.
They had some cracks in their foundation, but it's a multi-million-dollar stadium they can't use this year.
That's crazy.
Yes, it is. But the jumbotron stuff it's just insane. The NFL Dallas Cowboys, they came out and they built one of the nicest jumbotrons, and then the Texans said, you know what, we got to do something bigger than that. And then Jacksonville came out and said, you know what, we're going to do something even bigger. I tell you what, Jacksonville's billboard makes the Cowboys look small. You can see the comparison of all the NFL stadiums, And, well, you can't, but Gooney, I just showed Gooney.
That is crazy. Yeah, just showing the comparison of there. Jacksonville's like twice the size of Cowboys.
It truly is. But you know what? We have some birthdays.
Yeah, we do. We do have some birthdays. Coming in hot on the Facebook page. Heather wants to wish a happy birthday going out to Jolinda.
Arnevis.
Sorry, I can't see. I need glasses. I have to pause to look closer at
I didn't even have to look at it.
Well, because you posted it.
What?
I would hope you wouldn't have to. We also have Justin Hoover on here wants to wish his girlfriend, Jocelyn Flores, a happy 21st birthday. That's from him and their son, Bryson. A happy birthday, Jocelyn. If you're having a birthday anniversary out there, we here at Gooney in the Morning want to wish you a very special birth anniversary. I want to remind everybody that every Tuesday here on Gooney in the Morning, we do give away free food to Brenda's Hilltop Cafe. Since today is Thursday, their lunch special from 11 to 3 is hamburger steak or meatloaf. And then tonight from 4 to 8, the dinner special is all-you-can-eat pork chops for only $9.95. Pork chops.
I know, right?
Brenda's is open Monday through Friday from 11 to 8 p.m., 1307 East 4th Street on top of the hill. Who's a sweetheart today, Heather?
Jocelyn Greer.
Hey!
Yeah.
Well, congratulations to Miss Jocelyn. Jocelyn's going to be receiving a beautiful rose in a bud vase from the fine folks at Faye's Flowers. If you happen to see Jocelyn today, be sure to congratulate her on getting Sweetheart of the Day. Thank her for everything she does, and give her $1.
Yeah, and hey, I want to send out a shout-out to John. He won our Texas Rangers suite tickets that we gave away.
That's right.
And he's going to be heading out to Arlington today to see the Rangers take on the Angels. And he'll be doing it in style, sitting up in the Texas Rangers suite.
Yeah, he'll be in the suite. Got a couple shirts that he was able to pick up with that prize package.
Bunch of stuff.
We hooked him up. So be safe on the way down there, John. The traffic's crazy. It seems like every time I come back from Dallas, I get stuck in traffic there around Ranger.
Yeah, what was really cool is he came over here. We pulled him in the studio like we do all our winners. Took a photo, and people started commenting on it, and some of his family members started competing for those tickets.
To see who he's going to take with him. I noticed.
I was reading those yesterday.
So John was a very popular guy. His phone was probably ringing from the moment he won those. So have safe travels, and bring the Rangers some luck. They need it.
I know, they really do. Yeah, hopefully they'll get a win. Hopefully they'll get a big win. Hey, we got a lot more to talk about on Good Morning. We got TSN coming up next right here on KBST AM and FM.
Good morning. This is Morning News Break from the Texas State Network. I'm Chuck Martin reporting. Coming up this Thursday, July 10th.
I'm Emily Trube, a meeting with the president, what Governor Perry has to say.
But first, an argument turns deadly in spring. Investigators say Ron Lee Haskell walked into a home and killed 4 children. A man and woman were also discovered dead. They had been shot in the head. Only a 15-year-old girl survived and was able to warn deputies that her grandparents were also targeted.
Fortunately, they were brought out of the house before that could happen, and we would have had more tragedy.
Harris County Sheriff's Deputy Thomas Gilliland. Haskell's connection to the family is not exactly cleared up yet. He did eventually lead police on a 3-hour standoff before surrendering. He's held on 6 counts of capital murder. The Houston Fire Department mourning one of its own, saying that firefighter Daniel Groover died collapsing while he fought a house fire. President Obama asked Governor Perry for his support in passing emergency funding for the border after a meeting in Dallas, where TSN's Emily Trube says he could see sending National Guard troops to the border.
But President Obama said,
the best thing that we can do is to make sure that the children are able to live in their own countries safely.
Perry did not respond directly to the president's request for him to support emergency funding and the immigration reform bill that is waiting in Congress. In a CBS This Morning interview, Perry instead criticized the president for not visiting the border himself.
I don't think George Bush got away with saying his FEMA director had been to New Orleans 6 times.
Emily Trube, TSN News.
President Obama, according to some experts, appears to be trying to recast the debate over the young migrants arriving at the border as a question of Republican willingness to tackle the problem, not his decision to skip a chance to view the crisis firsthand, saying that seeing it in person would amount to theater. Governor Perry addressed that on Fox News' Hannity.
Because he thinks it's a political photo op. It's not. It's about real people and real issues, a humanitarian crisis that he has the ability to stop.
The governor also said that just 2% of the president's proposed $3.8 billion supplemental bill actually goes toward border security. A pledge from Mexico's president to work more to secure their southern border to help stop the flow of illegal immigrant children from Central America is music to the ears of Democratic Congressman Henry Cuellar.
We can work with them and provide equipment and resources so they can secure the border. I'd rather play defense on the 20-yard line than play defense on the first-yard line.
I'm Chris Schneider. The Astros leave the Rangers in the dust.
Details ahead on TSN Morning News Break.
A safe food supply, and the Beef Quality Assurance Program helps farmers, ranchers, and dairymen provide the highest level of care for our cattle. This is Baxter Black with a good word about our BQA program, which tells consumers we're working hard to deliver a safe and wholesome product. So get involved with your state BQA program by visiting BQA.org. Paid for by the Beef Checkoff.
DQ, this is the stop sign of Texas. How does your typical Texas mom stop the afternoon munchies?
Mom, we're hungry!
With a quick stop at DQ. From great DQ desserts like the S'mores Blizzard to classic dip cones, shakes, sundaes, and more. For the best treats and eats in Texas, there's only one place to stop. DQ, this is the stop sign of Texas.
HS and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to Morning News Break. Bill Powers has resigned as president of the University of Texas at Austin. It is effective June 2015. Chancellor Francisco Figueroa's acceptance of the resignation comes less than a week after he threatened to fire Powers. State Representative Dan Flynn calls it a win-win.
The chancellor has said that he wanted the university to go in a different direction, and he's retiring. And with both of them retiring, it's going to give an opportunity to have a search committee to start working on it.
Powers says after he retires, he'll return to his faculty position in the law school. San Antonio Mayor Julian Castro has a new job once the Alamo City finds another mayor. Castro preparing to lead the Department of Housing and Urban Development after the Senate voted 71-26 yesterday to confirm him.
I think of HUD as the Department of Opportunity. HUD plays a unique role in helping to foster prosperity in our nation.
The 39-year-old Castro is viewed widely as a rising star in the Democratic Party. There's one factor that's resulted in the record-high beef prices we're seeing at the grocery store. A cattle shortage. AgriLife Extension livestock specialist David Anderson says even with the attractive prices, some producers are shut out.
Because we have some significant areas of both our state and the country that are still drought affected, that still aren't able to really to start that rebuilding process.
Anderson says the high prices for wholesale beef and the prospect that they're not going down anytime soon creates a good opportunity for those who have been getting rain. Genetically modified products got a boost at a House Ag Subcommittee hearing. Cornell University professor Dave Just testified in many cases consumer perception is simply wrong.
Consumers associate GMOs primarily with some unquantifiable health risk, similar to that posed by untested or poorly tested medicines or drugs.
Subcommittee Chairman Kurt Schrader said that requiring GMO labeling will only make consumers mistakenly believe that there is a problem. The on-time numbers for American and Southwest Airlines show a problem. There is good news, though, as well, according to our TSN's Mitch Carr.
American's on-time performance has improved to 79% in May when you check AA and U.S. Airways numbers. Southwest continues to have trouble, 72.7% on time. Their biggest headaches involving flights out of Chicago to New York and Newark. Southwest also had the lowest ranking among the big carriers when it came to losing bags. The DOT report shows the airline industry was on time about 3/4 of the time, with Hawaiian and Alaska Airlines doing best. The worst numbers involved ExpressJet and Envoy. Mitch Carr, TSN News.
Another critical hurdle has been taken in the lower Rio Grande Valley as it hopes to attract a commercial rocket launch center. Here's TSN's Tim Sullivan.
The FAA has issued a record of decision which paves the way for space exploration technologies to apply for the necessary licenses to launch rockets from coastal Cameron County. The highly anticipated record of decision allows SpaceX to take one of the last steps needed before it can begin rocket launches from a proposed $74 million complex. In McAllen, Tim Sullivan, TSN News.
A jury summons scam is scoring victims in West Texas. A man calls people and tells them they missed a jury summons and owe a fine, which they can pay easily through PayPal. And some people are actually falling for it. Midland County Sheriff Gary Painter says there is very little chance of catching the con man.
No, probably not. We're trying to work with PayPal, but normally they're gone, and the guy picks up the money and it's over with.
Painter says anyone getting any kind of call for payment of a fine should call the police or sheriff's department first and verify that information. Dish Network wants to stop the Comcast Time Warner cable deal. Dish also telling federal regulators the AT&T plan to buy DirecTV brings up concerns about competition. The filing with the FCC comes as Comcast and Time Warner plan a $45 billion merger, and AT&T is trying to buy Direct for $48 billion. Approval would give Comcast a presence in 16 of the nation's 20 largest markets, as well as 33% of the nation's high-speed internet business. Next, Mike Rogers.
Chuck, imagine eating nothing but dog and cat food for an entire month. It's crazy, right?
Oh, yeah. I totally agree. I do not recommend it.
We'll meet the woman who's doing it coming up on the other side of the news.
As Morning News Break continues.
Get up from Benny, better buy from Benny, and you'll get a better buy.
Now, when we say you'll get a better buy at Benny Boyd, we mean it. But what exactly does a better buy mean for you? That's simple. It means Benny Boyd will beat any dealer's price in Texas on a new Chevy, GMC, Buick, or Cadillac vehicle. And he'll even deliver it right to your doorstep, free of charge.
Ain't no better way to buy, so don't you even try to make it worth the drive.
That's right. You can buy your new vehicle over the phone at a guaranteed lower price and have it delivered at no extra charge. And we have over 800 cars, trucks, and SUVs to choose from. You'll find the perfect vehicle at the better price. And that, my friends, is what the Benny Boyd Better Buy is all about. So come get a better buy from Benny Boyd in La Mesa at 2713 Lubbock Highway.
Better buy from Benny and you'll get a better buy. That's Benny Boyd, y'all.
Find new roads.
Welcome back to Morning News Break. Here's TSN's Mike Rogers and the other side of the news.
Well, it's one of two things, a brilliant marketing strategy or just out-and-out insanity. In full bloom this summer up in Kennewick, Washington, where a woman named Dorothy Hunter owns a pet supply store specializing in the healthier brands, the good stuff. So good that one day, for reasons I can't begin to fathom, Dorothy got hungry and ate some of it.
I grabbed a package of the Pure Bites 100% cheddar cheese. They're freeze-dried cheddar cheese.
I guess running back to the vending machine just never crossed your mind.
No.
And that got her to thinking about taking the next step. As a promotion of sorts, what if, she thought, I ate nothing but dog and cat food for an entire month?
Are you nuts?
Yeah, quite possibly. And so it began, about 3 weeks ago.
Pretty much anything in our store. I just kind of wander around and go, maybe I should try this today.
Dry and canned items.
Oh, yeah. I've dug into some of the cans. One of my favorite cans is the Spring Naturals, the stews.
Get in my belly!
But it hasn't been easy, especially last week.
4th of July was probably the hardest day of my life because everybody else was barbecuing, and the smell was I just sat inside.
And speaking of odors,
the first 2 weeks I was eating a lot of the meat products, and I was starting to experience what's better known as dog farts, and they were pretty bad.
I bet that cleared out the store.
Take a dog fart, multiply it by 100 when you put it in a human. It's pretty stinking nasty.
How about some more beans, Mr. Taggart? I'd say you've had enough.
Although, all things considered, Dorothy's feeling pretty good. And so the finish line approaches. These next 10 days are going to be tough.
I know. This sucks.
But she'll make it. And then, well, it's back to all that yummy people food.
Hog fat.
So you have new respect for dogs and cats now.
Yes, I do. I know why they beg.
And I'm Mike Rogers with the other side of the news on TSN.
Here's Chris Schneider with sports.
Thank you, Chuck. Good morning. Baseball last night saw the Astros complete their 3-game sweep over the Rangers in Arlington. 8-4 the final. Robbie Grossman snapped an 0-for-28 slide with a career-high 4 hits. And the Astros climb out of last place in the AL West. And the Rangers, losing for the 10th time in 11 games, move into last place. Their .418 winning percentage, the worst in the major leagues now. The Rangers will be at home against the Angels tonight. Houston takes the day off. Greg Popovich agrees to a multi-year extension to stay with the Spurs. The Rockets and Mavericks might be fighting over a player. Dallas has agreed to restricted free agent Chandler Parsons on a 3-year offer sheet. Houston will now have to decide whether or not to match that offer or not. Chris Schneider, TSN Sports.
Recapping our top story, investigators in Spring are still trying to determine how the suspect in the shooting deaths of 6 people, including 4 children, is related to the victims. Ron Lee Haskell faces an initial court appearance on 6 capital murder charges. With Morning News Break, I'm Chuck Martin, TSN News.
In the good old summertime, you think about vacations, a new car, pickup, maybe a boat. You may even want to remodel, build a home theater, patio, or pool. Those things can happen with a loan from the State National Bank. The bank has been voted the best bank in Big Spring in the latest newspaper poll. We appreciate the confidence expressed by our customers and friends. State National is the only locally owned bank in town. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
When you encounter life's challenges, don't face them alone. Call the law offices of R. Shane Seaton. The attorneys and staff provide attentive customer service while working diligently to meet all of your legal needs. Your personal injury, family law, criminal, probate, or real estate case will be given the personal attention it deserves. Their focus is always you. They accept most credit cards, offer flexible payment plans, and are bilingual. Call 264-1800 or visit their website at bigspringlaw.com today.
You planning to go see a Rangers or Astros game? If you're driving, you want your vehicle to be in tip-top shape. You don't want to have something go wrong and miss the game. If you need a part, call Westex at 263-5000. Westex specializes in parts for late model pickups and keeps a huge supply of big items like motors, transmissions, and rear ends. You can save money at Westex. The folks in the know when it comes to auto parts. Snyder Highway, Big Spring.
Like a good neighbor, Goon's Farm is there.
Welcome back to Gooney in the Morning on KBST AM and FM. It's Thursday, July the 10th, 7:45 here at the KBS studio. Shout out going out to everybody in Ackerley listening this morning. Gooney here with you this morning, getting you on your way to work. We got Charles Sagona with us.
Hey, what's going on?
It's going. It's just going because we got Heather in the house.
Hey, guys.
Got that big that super sprint kids triathlon going down this Saturday. That's exciting.
It is. That's going to be cool. I talked with Craig last year before he did it.
Yeah.
Craig Felty.
Right.
And he's doing it again this year. And they're going to do the swim, bike, and run over. They're going to close the roads inside Comanche Trail Park to do the bike section. The swim section is going to happen at the Russ McEwen Aquatic Center.
I guess they'll use like the Lazy River or something like that for that. That's pretty cool,
and they'll swim that. And
that's awesome.
What's cool is it's open from ages 7 through 15.
Yeah.
And it's billed as a really great first triathlon for kids.
Yeah, that's really, really cool. You can go to PermianBasinEvents.com to check out the event and to get registered for that. It's a really cool event. That's something that you don't really hear of. I mean, you hear of these triathlons and stuff like that all the time, but for kids,
right,
you really don't hear about that. And it's really cool how they've really catered to the kids. They've put it at the Rasmussen Aquatic Center. It's safe for them.
Yeah.
So they're not out there swimming around in the lake like in the Comanche Warrior.
Yeah, and
triathlon.
they close the park whenever they're doing the bike section as well, so they're not driving around in traffic. So that's pretty awesome. This is a cool event. Like I said, I was amazed to see it last year, and very happy that it's back. The entry fee is $25 per person, so it's really low as far as the triathlon entry fee, and it's a healthy way to get kids started up.
That's right. Yeah.
I wish we would have had something like that when I was growing up.
Would you have done it?
No. But the option would have been nice.
That's right.
Hey, you have the option, the Comanche Warrior Triathlon.
Yeah, I told you I'm not jumping in that lake.
You should do it, Heather.
Nope.
That'd be fun.
No.
Are you going to do it this year, Charles?
I am not running the triathlon this year.
No,
you are?
not.
Yeah, like I'm going to jump in the water, and
Bro.
that's as far as it's going to get.
You know what?
Turtles are going to bite your toe.
I think it'd be fun to try.
No.
I would challenge you. I would
think it'd be fun.
If you want to raise money for charity,
That's the way to do
I would put some money down on you.
I can't even run from my living room to my kitchen.
See, but then that puts a lot of pressure on me because then I'll have to finish it.
Yeah,
then it's for charity.
Well, that's the only way I would pay it.
I'm not about finishing
I'll
stuff.
hide in a bush with my car, and then I'll pick you up and
There we
drive you
go.
to the
There we
finish line.
go. Yeah, because I'm all about giving up early and packing it up and calling it quits and all that good stuff. I'm all about that.
Well, we'll just have to follow. We'll just have to follow Gooney with like a team of people with
We would.
grab a GoPro camera and just follow him.
I'll have the
Video
cattle
it.
prod.
It all started with JV basketball in high school. Like I quit that, and ever since then I've been a quitter.
Well, now's
my dad told me it would happen.
Now's
Once you
the
quit
time to
once-
redeem yourself.
Let's turn that thing around, Gooney.
Why? I've gone this long.
Like I'm
But it's
setting my
but it's for charity. So we're challenging you, and you're just saying no.
I'm not saying no, because I think it'd be fun.
You're
to
gonna think
try.
about it.
I'll
We're
think
gonna bring it back up. We're gonna pressure Gooney. We're gonna do peer pressure.
Oh, man.
It's not peer
it's gonna be
pressure.
tough.
It
is.
Look,
Can
go
I
to
get a motorcycle instead of a bike?
go to Gooney's Facebook page and just send him messages of encouragement. Tell him if you want him to run the triathlon coming up, do it.
The Comanche Warrior Triathlon. Yeah, go search my page, Gooney on Air on Facebook. You gotta like the page. If I can get 10,000 likes, then I'll do it. How about that?
10,000 likes.
Yeah.
we're gonna have to
really
set
reaching
it up.
today, aren't
Gooney.
we?
Yeah, I'm putting it up there. Like I don't want to do this.
You should go to 1 billion then.
1 billion likes.
With a
That's
B.
what I need.
Now, what charity would you like that?
You
to
know,
go
I'm
toward?
not sure. I'm a big fan of like the United Way because they kind of disperse
Split it up, yeah.
They put it in other charities and a lot of different folks benefit from that. But of course, I'm real big with the kids. Like I always like helping out the kids, the
Right.
Boys and Girls Club, the Big Brothers, Big Sisters, stuff like that. Like that's what I'd like to be more involved in, and helping out kids and stuff like that is I guess where my heart
Nice.
is.
Well, the big question is, can you swim? Because I
can.
Anybody can run a short distance and anybody can bike, but can you swim?
A short distance.
I'm a great
How is
swimmer.
that short? Yeah, no, I can swim. Like I think that would be the easiest part is the swimming.
Okay.
That'd be the easiest part for me. Mainly because there's people out there in boats and lifeguards, so I can just swim halfway out there and act like I'm drowning, and there.
Got a cramp.
Yeah, that's why that's so easy. Because I can just fake the funk. Like that's what I'm gonna do.
Hey, Gooney.
Fake the funk.
So we're gonna make the post. We'll see if it happens. 10,000 is a pretty lofty goal.
It is. That's why I put it up there.
That means 1 out of about every 3 people in Big Spring would have to go like that.
Yep. That's
Get
it.
to liking, guys.
That's it. Do that. I'll do it. We'll make it happen.
You know what? We're gonna have to set that up. Hey, there's a new segment I want to start, and I don't know how often it'll be, but we're gonna call it "You're Doing It Wrong."
Okay.
Nice.
I like it.
So this guy from Chicago, 32-year-old writer, he published a book last month on how to avoid getting gored when you're running with the bulls in Spain.
Oh,
An entire book on how not to get gored. And yesterday he got gored in Spain.
Wow.
Not once, but twice.
Oh, he's doing it all wrong.
So
He's doing it all wrong. You're doing it wrong, guy.
So you know what? You're doing it wrong.
I love that segment. I absolutely love that. That is a great idea.
That's funny. Yeah, we'll have to produce edits.
Yeah.
Nice little segment,
Nope,
take
that's
calls
fun.
and all that
I'm
stuff.
totally down with that.
That'll be fun.
That is cool.
It can also be dangerous, but I like. So he wrote a book about how not to get gored.
Yeah.
And then he got gored not once but twice.
Take your own advice, man.
Now it's not fatal. He got gored in the leg twice, and he's expected to make a full recovery. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't even a small one. A 1,300-pound bull got him.
He had one job.
So it's not like it snuck up on him or anything. Like he saw it coming.
Hey.
And there's photos online of this guy. So not only did he write the book, I mean, if you write a book and you claim to be an expert, like say how not to get gored by bulls for dummies, and then you get gored. Gooney's holding up the picture on the webcam.
Yeah.
So if you go to YouTube, you can check that out. But if you write a book, you're kind of saying you're an expert, right?
Basically,
And then if you get gored twice in one race, I mean, do you say bad luck, or do you just think that it discredits this guy? Because now I'm not buying this book.
Yeah, I wonder if you can get a refund if you've already bought the book.
Maybe so. I wonder if there'll be a sequel, new and improved way. Don't go running with the bulls, and you won't get gored.
Don't get gored twice. Like, don't let that
Two
happen.
times.
Exactly.
Real quick, I wanted to give everybody an update on our poll question from yesterday. We were asking what your favorite Big Spring event. The big winner was the Comanche Trail Festival of Lights. They took 38% of the votes. So congratulations. That's your favorite event in Big Spring. Fantastic Fourth was in second with 23%. And then the Reunion Rodeo and Pops in the Park both tied third place at 16%. So congratulations, Festival of Lights.
Yeah.
It's a fun event.
Yeah, it truly is. It takes a lot of people. The cool thing about these events is it's just not one person putting on these events. This event takes the entire community.
Exactly.
And in a lot of those events, without the entire community, would just never happen.
That's right. And there's some folks that are involved, and they have their hands in every single one of these events. And
Yes.
just a big shout out to them, because that's a lot of volunteer time right there.
And we wouldn't have these things if people didn't volunteer. I mean, that's the biggest thing. So Big Spring's happening just because everybody likes to chip in.
That's exactly right. It's a great community we live in.
I also want to send a shout out the West Texas Fury, the Big Spring 12 and under team.
Yeah.
They're in Amarillo playing, and so we want to send them good luck.
Bring home a championship.
Good
Do good up there,
luck.
girls. Do good up there. Charles, what was your favorite part of today's show?
My favorite part of today's show was talking about the Lesser Prairie chicken.
Oh,
Lesser Prairie
man.
chicken. Yeah, that was interesting.
Totally
Very
stole
interesting.
mine.
What about you, Heather? What was your favorite part of the show?
Well, it was the Lesser Prairie chicken, but I guess it could be talking about you attempting a triathlon.
Yeah, that's kind of
pretty
scary.
hilarious.
10,000 likes. That's all it's going to take. Just go search Gooney on air, like my page, tell all your friends. If we get 10,000,
He's a running.
you can see Gooney die.
You know what? Maybe, and this is just maybe we could do it in pairs. Let's
There we
see.
go.
Let's
I'll
see.
do
You
the
could do the
swimming
swimming
portion.
part. I'll do the running part. Heather, you want to do the bike?
I'm not sure if I know how to ride a bike anymore.
We'll switch up. I'll do the
Heather,
bike.
it's
do
something
the-
you never forget. It's like riding a bike.
No, really.
I wonder if they let you register that way. We'll triple tag team the triathlon.
We'd have to. My favorite part of today's show was the guy that wrote the book about not getting gored and then got gored twice.
You're doing it wrong.
That's right. You're doing it wrong. And it made us laugh. Remember, folks, if you're not laughing, you're not living.
You've got commodes, sinks, faucets, bathtubs, food disposals, pipes, hot tubs, swimming pools, water heaters, and they all need fixing on occasion. Who are you going to call? Gartman. That's right, Gartman. You usually think of Gartman when you have a problem with heating or cooling, but Gartman does plumbing too. Gartman, when you need a plumber or help with air conditioning and heating. 267-9000.
Every third Monday of the month is Fire Safety Day on KVST's community calendar. Tune in to hear the Big Spring Fire Chief and Fire Marshal as they answer your questions. They've got the information you want to know, the facts you need to know, and even the things you might not think to ask. Fire Safety Day, the third Monday of every month on KVST's community calendar.
That's my name.
It's high summer, so you ought to hightail it out of town and do something fun. You like lakes, rivers, and streams? There are plenty of them in Texas. You like mountains? We have 100 of them over a mile high. Like the beach? We've got 400 miles of shoreline. You like camping? We've got 55 state parks and 2 national parks. So go somewhere. Make sure your vehicle is in good shape. If you need a part, call Westex at 263-5000. They're the folks in the know when it comes to auto parts. Snyder Highway, Big Spring.
This is the Huckabee Report for Thursday. Can we stop the flood of illegal immigrants by using Washington's favorite weapon, throwing money at them? The story next. This Identity Theft Minute is sponsored by LifeLock, relentlessly protecting your identity. Like most of us, Sandy never thought identity theft could happen to her, but then an angry ex posted her social security number, address, and driver's license number online. Before she knew it, Sandy had 6 collection agencies hounding her, the IRS investigating her in 12 states, and over 500 fraud attempts using her name. Helpless and lost, she turned to LifeLock to help get her identity back under control. Sandy's biggest regret? That she didn't have LifeLock protection before her identity theft nightmare started. Look, no one, not even law enforcement, can stop all identity theft, but do what I did. Take steps to protect your identity and even your bank accounts with LifeLock Ultimate. Visit lifelock.com/Huckabee right now or call and use the promo code Huckabee to save 10% on your LifeLock Ultimate membership. 800-240-LOCK. 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 Network does not cover all transactions. President Obama has requested $3.7 billion in emergency funds from Congress to deal with thousands of Central American children who've come across our border. He says it would be used to build more detention centers, boost border security, and speed up deportations. Now, you'd think Republicans would be all for that, but they don't trust Obama to spend it that way, so they're reluctant to give him a blank check. Even one congressional leader who supports the funding said the U.S. can't be expected to take in a limitless number of people just because their own governments fail to protect them, and that sanctuary is for extraordinary circumstances, not everyone from toddlers to teens who could just make it across the border. Incidentally, before Obama denounces Republicans again for partisan obstructionism, the leader who said that was Steny Hoyer, the House Democratic whip. The Republican Party has chosen Cleveland over Dallas as the site of the 2016 GOP convention. It was a tough competition. Most people assumed the GOP would go with the solid red state of Texas, but Ohio is a swing state. History doesn't really show there's much connection between where a convention is held and whether that party wins the state, but I guess they figured it couldn't hurt. Finally, a big salute to a genuine American hero. As a young man, Louis Zamperini was such a fine athlete, he finished 8th in the 5,000-meter race at the 1936 Olympics in Berlin. But just 8 years later, he was part of a much more serious international competition called World War II as an Air Force B-24 pilot. One day, his plane malfunctioned, and Louis and his tail gunner were cast adrift in the Pacific in a life raft. They fought hunger, thirst, storms, intense heat, enemy aircraft fire, even shark attacks. After 33 days, his comrade died. But Louis was in such good shape, he survived for 47 days. He wasted away to 75 pounds before he was finally rescued by the enemy. He spent the next year in hellish Japanese POW camps, being beaten and tortured. But again, he survived. When he got home, his demons drove him to alcohol, until one day he heard a sermon by Billy Graham, turned his life around, and not only survived, he thrived. He went into real estate, became an inspirational speaker, and got so healthy he was climbing mountains and skateboarding into his 90s. In 2010, the world finally learned his amazing story in the #1 bestseller, Unbroken. A movie version coming in December. But no Hollywood hero could ever match the real thing. The ultimate survivor, Louis Zamperini, has finally left this earth, but on his own terms. He died over 4th of July week of old age. He was 97. And this is the Huckabee Report.
What was your cable TV bill last month? Do you remember what you paid 10 years ago? Have you noticed the price of movie tickets lately? Are you seeing a pattern here? The cost of our basic information and entertainment needs keeps going up, but there is one medium that is still free, and you're listening to it. Local radio. Support the advertisers that support this radio station, and keep listening. We won't send you a bill. there are still some things you just shouldn't have to pay for.
My name is Sue Smith. I'm 38 and I work at a graphic design company. And the teenage me would tell you,
I wouldn't be into drawing and art if it wasn't for Big Brothers Big Sisters. My big sister showed me early on that I could do anything. And to the young me,
that meant a lot. My big sister's name is Sheila, and Sheila is the reason that this 8-year-old grows up to have an amazing job as a graphic designer.
Whether you donate money or time, you're helping Big Brothers Big Sisters help a child. Start something today at bigbrothersbigsisters.org. Brought to you by Big Brothers Big Sisters and the Ad Council.
KBST FM Big Spring, KBS 95.7.
With the news you need, when you need it. Howard County's news leader, your KBest Radio Group News.
Good morning. It is Wednesday, July the 10th. 78 degrees in Big Spring. I'm Tommy Reese with your KBest Radio Group News. Your complete KBest Pinpoint 7 weather is straight ahead. Well, great news for Big Spring. Big Spring Public Works Director Johnny Womack was recently elected president of Keep Texas Beautiful. His wife already, Doreen Womack, is the executive director of Keep Midland Beautiful. Now, we'll talk with Johnny later today. Also, good news for Keep Texas Beautiful Youth Awards. The Kids with Purpose with the First United Methodist Church picked up second place for the Sadie Ray Gaff Educators and Educational Institution Awards. Now, those awards encourage youth movement and promote the Keep Texas Beautiful mission through environmental education. Becky Wildaw, director of the children's education there at First United Methodist Church, she'll be our guest this morning on Community Calendar. That'll be coming your way at 8:15. Big Spring ISD will hold pre-K and kindergarten registration for those new students July 21st through August the 15th. Records and registration office will be open 8 a.m. through 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. The office, though, will be closed on Friday, August the 1st. Now, when you register your child, bring their official birth certificate, immunization record, students of the Social Security numbers, also proof of residence, utility bills, something like that, and parents or guardian driver's license. Also, you must have proof of guardianship as well. So that happens July 21st through August the 1st. So get that stuff in so you can register your kids. Although it's not been a rash of purse snatchings in the area, there is a concern. Big Spring Detective Sergeant Tony Everett tells us more about it.
When we have a purse theft, the very next day we start getting calls from the victim. They've used their debit card, they've used their credit card. So the best thing to do is cancel everything immediately. Of course, then you're going to have to go through the driver's license, and anything you carry in the purse, you're going to have to replace.
Yeah, and it could be a traumatic experience as well, trying to replace all that.
When we have a purse theft, the very next day we start getting calls from the victim. They've used their debit card, they've used their credit card. So the best thing to do is cancel everything immediately. And of course, then you're going to have to go through the driver's license, and anything you carry in the purse, you're going to have to replace.
Now, also the thought that, hey, they got surveillance cameras at those stores. And that may not be necessarily the case, is that right?
Now, Walmart has cameras inside. H-E-B has cameras. But a lot of times people do this, they cover their face where we can't see them because they know the cameras are there, so don't count on those cameras to help us catch who did it. But in the store, don't put your purse in the shopping cart and leave it. The best thing to do is if you know what you're going in to purchase, put your debit card in your pocket and just take it in, lock your purse in the trunk, whatever you have to do, not to have to constantly stay focused on it.
And gentlemen, you could also be a victim of this crime.
And one thing we've also had happening around here is men will take their wallets out to get their debit card out, and they'll lay their wallet down and go off and leave it. And of course, the next day their credit cards are being used. These people know how to hit you where it hurts.
Exactly. Again, don't be the victim of this crime. Protect your belongings whenever you go anywhere. Well, in Midland, one person died after a crash on Loop 250 near Midland Park Mall yesterday around 5 p.m. According to police reports, 38-year-old Danny Roberts died at the scene. Reports indicate that he was driving eastbound on the loop when he crossed the median and collided head-on with an SUV in the westbound lanes. A second SUV was traveling behind that first SUV, then crashed into Roberts, who was driving a pickup. The driver of the SUV involved also had two children in the car. an 8-year-old and a 3-year-old. The 8-year-old is in critical condition. The 3-year-old suffered minor injuries. It is the 21st fatality on Midland County roads this year. In obituaries, Chester Kaufman, 94, of Big Spring, died Monday, July 7th at Parkview Nursing and Rehab Center. The family will receive friends from 11 a.m. until 12:30 p.m. on Saturday at Myers and Smith Funeral Home. Graveside services will be at 1 p.m. at Trinity Memorial Peace Chapel. Wesley Charles Carroll Jr. died July 2nd in Lago Vista. Graveside services are set for 10 a.m. at Trinity Memorial Park. Arrangements are under the direction of Myers and Smith Funeral Home. And Mary Allen Pope, 88, of Big Spring, died July 5th. Memorial service today, 3 p.m. at Marcy Place, 2301 Wasson Road. A second memorial service and interment July 24th, 3 p.m. at Malden United Methodist Church. Sports and weather coming up next.
We're sending you back to the future.
Your child's future depends on their education, and Nazarene Christian Academy continues to provide you with a choice in that education. With second grade coming in 2014, registration is now open. They provide a Becca curriculum with certified loving Christian teachers. For more information, go to newhopebigspring.com. See what a difference Nazarene Christian Academy can make in your child's future.
News time is 8:07. Howard College's Harold Davis Fitness Center will reopen today after being closed for a couple of days for cheer camp and basketball court repairs. Today it reopens with normal operating hours. If you're a Big Spring athlete, you need to get your physical, and the ATC will offer those physicals July 25th, starting at 8:30 a.m. for $25. Must have proof before receiving, or must have physical rather, before receiving your equipment. Again, those physicals July 25th. And if you are going to receive football equipment for Big Spring, you must get there by July 28th through August the 2nd. Seniors will be fitted from 8 to 4 on the 28th. On the 29th, the juniors from 8 to 4. On the 30th, the sophomores will get ready, 8 to 4. On Friday, July 31st, 8 to 4. And then on August 1st and 2nd are the makeups. August 1st, 8 to 4. And then August 2nd will be 8 to noon. Speaking of football, the 7-on-7 football team will be competing today in the 7-on-7 state football championship. Now, the Big Spring Steers will compete from 2A through 4A, and their opponents in pool play this morning will be Lavia, Princeton, and Thorndale. So good luck to the Big Spring 7-on-7 football team. 15th annual Texas A&M auction set for Saturday at the Big Spring Country Club, hosted by the Howard County A&M Club. Former Texas A&M coach Jackie Sherrill will be the guest speaker, and members of the A&M 12th man team. Will be sports memorabilia, vacation trips, just a lot of fun. It begins 8 a.m. at the Country Club golf course. Also happening this weekend at the Russ McEwen Family Aquatic Center is the Retro Triathlon and the Big Spring Super Sprint Kids Triathlon. Craig Felty, the race director, elaborates on the race.
Kids from 7 to 15 have an official race for their age groups. The 7 to 8-year-olds, 9 to 10-year-olds, 11 to 12-year-olds, and then 13 to 15-year-olds have their different age categories.
Now then there's the Retro Triathlon.
And then from 15 and up, we start next with the Retro Triathlon, which is a retro theme. It goes back to the sweatbands and leg warmers and all that kind of stuff of kind of the early days of triathlon. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's kind of a laid-back, multiple loop course, a lot of fun from 15 and up. So 15 to 99.
Even though the event's a couple of days away, still time to register there, Craig?
Just to register this week, they can go online to www.permianbasinevents.com and go to the Retro Triathlon page, and it's got a registration link. So they go online and register. Registration's cheap for this one. Most triathlons are $50, $60. This one's $25 because of all the help of USA Triathlon, and our sponsors help keep this one really low.
Again, it happens on Saturday at the Russ McEwen Family Aquatic Center. Transition teams will begin at 6 a.m., and then the official competition begins at 7:30 a.m. Well, the 2014 season tickets for Texas Tech, they've been sold out. 38,502 tickets compared to the record, which was 32,227 tickets for 2010. So if you don't have season tickets, you might want to have a friend who may have them for the Texas Tech football season this year. Well, the Midland Rockhounds beat Mission last night 10-6. It's their 6th straight win, and now the Hounds are in first place in the Texas League Southern Division. If you are a World Cup fan, Argentina, they beat the Netherlands yesterday. Although the game finished 0-0, they beat them in the kicks. Final there was 4-2, so they win that event. Now they will face Germany. That'll happen this weekend for the World Cup Championship. So way to go. And LeBron James sweepstakes to continue today. He met with Miami Heat GM yesterday, Pat Riley, but no decision will be made. Again, LeBron James said he'll make his decision today. It's either going to be Miami or Cleveland. Did that happen in 2010? Sure did. We'll see where he goes. The money says that he's going to stay in Miami. We'll have to see about that. Texas Rangers, they like to get a win sooner or later. They lost again last night, 8-4 to the Houston Astros. They'll be back on tonight when they take on the Angels. 7:05 is the pregame show. 7:30 is the first pitch on the mighty 1490.
The forecast you need when you need it. K-Best Weather.
And your Pinpoint 7 weather forecast, sunny and a little warm today. High of 94, tonight 70, 92 on Friday. And then Saturday, going to warm up a bunch. Look for a high of 97. Sunday, look for a high of 99, near 100 on Monday, high of 99. And Tuesday, look for a high of 93. Colorado City currently checks in clear skies and 77 degrees. Kahoma, 79 and clear. Forsyth, 78 and clear. And 79 and clear here in Big Spring. For more of these stories, visit Facebook or log on to kbestmedia.com for your 5-day forecast. I'm Tom A. Reese with your KBest Radio Group News. Coming up, Community Calendar with Becky Woodall from First United Methodist Church. That's coming up next. Hear the sounds of Texas now.
I'm Tumbleweed Smith. Flags fly over the Eastland Cemetery. Details in a moment on the Sound of Texas.
I'm Professor Burke from the University of Farmers, and this is a pop quiz. Does sitting on your wallet feel like sitting on a lopsided booster seat? No? Well, it should. See, Farmers agents can help you stuff your wallet by combining auto and home policies so you can walk tall, sit crooked, and hopefully find a decent chiropractor.
If you want answers about saving money, you want a Farmers agent. We are insurance.
We are Farmers.
Your local Farmers agent is Tommy Churchwell, also carrying life, commercial, and oil field insurance at the Churchwell Agency, 267-3857.
Dean Vernon takes care of the cemetery in Eastland, where 6,200 people are buried, about twice the population of the town.
We've got a lot of veterans buried in the cemetery. And I have a veteran that fought with Sam Houston at the Battle of San Jacinto, and I want to honor him. So there is a marker at the front, kind of a memorial park that represents each war. I have the man that fought San Jacinto. I have Spanish-American War veteran. I have a Mexican War veterans. Of course, Confederates. I have one Union soldier. I got one Yankee got stuck out here for some reason or other, and on up to Vietnam. And I have monuments for each one. I was wanting to put a flagpole for each monument to fly a flag that flew during that period of time. Right now, what I've got, I had a man that he paid for it, and he put up the flags, and there's one American flag, one Texas flag, and one Confederate flag. They fly each one of the Confederate flags. There were 3, the Bonnie Blue, a lot of those different flags. They do not fly the Confederate battle flag. We've asked not to do that. They rotate. In fact, one day he put up the 1824 flag, which looks like the Mexican flag that flew at the Alamo in one of our first flags.
The 1824 Texas Army flag is red, white, and green, like the Mexican flag, except the numbers 1824 replace the eagle in the center. The Texas fighters used the flag to show their opposition to Santa Anna and were fighting for the restoration of the liberal Mexican Constitution of 1824.
This guy calls me and says, why in the world are we flying a Mexican flag? And I said, do what? He said, yeah, there's a Mexican flag flying out there in the cemetery. And I started talking to him. I said, does it have 1824 on it? He said, yes, sir. And I said, well, that was the first flag. That's the one that flew kind of at the Alamo. Anyway, okay. So we rotate, and this makes a little history.
Some of the veterans' gravestones are different. Some are flat, others are pointed, like a cathedral window.
A Confederate stone is usually white and have a point on them. And I was told by several individuals the point is to keep Yankees from sitting on them.
Dean Vernon of Eastland. I'm Tumbleweed Smith with the Sound of Texas.
Check out these super savings at Fuller Foods in Colorado City. Top sirloin steak, family pack, $3.39 a pound, limit for thereafter. Sirloin, cut pork chops, family pack, preferred trim, boneless, small pack, just $2.29 a pound. Bottom round roast, preferred trim, boneless beef, $2.88 a pound. Pilgrim's chicken breast, boneless, skinless, $2.49 a pound. Surefine canned vegetables, 11.2 ounce cans, including green beans, golden corn, sweet peas, or mixed, $2 for $1. Natural or Keystone Light, 30 pack cans, $16.99, limit for. Fuller Foods, 405 Hickory, Colorado City.
Better buy from Benny, and you'll get a better buy.
Now, when we say you'll get a better buy at Benny Boyd, we mean it. But what exactly does a better buy mean for you? That's simple. It means Benny Boyd will beat any dealer's price in Texas on a new Chevy, GMC, Buick, or Cadillac vehicle. And he'll even deliver it right to your doorstep free of charge.
Ain't no better way to buy, so don't you even try to make it worth the drive.
That's right. You can buy your new vehicle over the phone at a guaranteed lower price and have it delivered at no extra charge. And we have over 800 cars, trucks, and SUVs to choose from. You'll find the perfect vehicle at the better price. And that, my friends, is what the Benny Boyd Better Buy is all about. So come get a better buy from Benny Boyd in La Mesa at 2713 Lubbock Highway.
Better buy from Benny, and you'll get a better buy. That's Benny Boyd, y'all.
Find new roads.
DQ, this is the stop sign of Texas. How does your typical Texas mom stop the afternoon munchies?
Mom, we're hungry!
With a quick stop at DQ. From great DQ desserts like the S'mores Blizzard to classic dip cones, shakes, sundaes, and more. For the best treats and eats in Texas, there's only one place to stop. DQ, this is the stop sign of Texas.
You're listening to KBST AM and FM. It's time for the KBST Community Calendar, a daily program that focuses on the issues and events that affect our community.
Good morning. It is 8:18, and this is Community Calendar. Hi, everyone. I'm Tom A. Reese, and our guest this morning, the Children's Education Director at First United Methodist Church, Becky Woodall. Good morning to you. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good. How are you?
I saw you. You're up and chirpy and everything and ready to roll.
Yes, sir.
Is that your personality?
Yes. I'm not a morning person at all.
But when you're dealing with children, you got to be, though, right?
That's right. That's right. Some late nights and early mornings for sure.
That's for sure. Hey, you just got through with your vacation Bible school out there a couple of weeks ago. How'd that go?
That was great. We had 4 jam-packed nights. Full of a curriculum we call Weird Animals, and each night we had a different weird animal, and the kids learned about even when we don't understand, even when we feel different, that Jesus loves us.
Yeah.
So each night took a different Bible point and a different animal, and it was a whole lot of fun. We had about 60 kids come out.
Wow.
And we had about 40 volunteers from our church, and it was just fun. It was fun.
What kind of weird animals did you guys touch on?
There was a star-nosed mole. There was you're going to ask me these questions and I don't remember. A star-nosed mole, a type of salamander that's only found down in one lake in Mexico,
okay.
A hedgehog, and they're actually animals, but they had turned them kind of into a cartoon character.
Sure.
So it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Well, that's good. How did the kids react to this?
Oh, they love it. And we get these cool little, we call them Bible buddies, and they're these little tags. And you can take your iPhone and shine the picture through your iPhone, and an app pops up, and it has some games, and it reminds them of the daily Bible points they learned in the Bible verses. And so that's a lot of fun.
So you use technology with that too, huh?
Oh yes. You got to keep up with them. If you don't keep up with them, you lose them.
Yeah.
They'll leave you far behind.
Far behind, huh?
Yes.
That's true. Now, you just finished up that Bible VBS. Now, you said some of the other VBSs in town could be using that as well?
I know that Hillcrest Baptist is going to do Weird Animals.
Mm-hmm.
And I also know that Holy Trinity Catholic Church is going to use the Weird Animals, and they're coming up. I'm not exactly sure the dates on those, but I'm sure you could check it out.
Yeah, so they'll be using that. Well, that's a good thing for the kids who want something to do this summer. Also, great news coming out for Texas, Keep Texas Beautiful. You picked up an award.
We did. We actually have to have a shout out to Peggy Hopper, because we didn't even know we had applied for an award.
Okay.
We won this award, second place for. We have a group called Kids with Purpose, and last summer we did quite a bit of trash pickup, and that's one of my passions. The trash around our city, it makes me very sad, and so that was one of our big service projects, was picking up trash, especially around Comanche Charles Park, and we picked up a lot of it.
Yeah.
And anyway, so we won this award, second place, and it was called
the Sadie Ray Graff Award, which recognizes the efforts of educators in educational institutions who encourage youth involvement and promote the Keep Texas Beautiful mission through environmental education.
One of the biggest things that Keep Big Spring Beautiful focuses on is the education part.
Sure.
Educating our children of what not to do and what to do, recycling and stuff like that. But children have a heart to serve, and if we tunnel that and embrace that, we get a lot of things accomplished. And this trash pickup was a huge thing, and they don't always love it.
Sure they don't.
It's hot outside, and it's dirty, and it's not always fun. But we try to make it fun with water guns, and then we get to feed the ducks afterwards.
Oh, that's cool.
Stuff like that. You have to make everything fun. So I'm really proud of the kids and their dedication and their heart to serve.
Well, we'll talk more about Kids with Purpose when Community Calendar continues in a moment.
Okay, everyone, here it is. If I can't beat any deal on a new Ford, I will just give it to you. I've been trying to convince everyone to just give us a shot. Shop right here in Big Spring at Big Spring Ford, and still people are spending more money to buy somewhere else. So let me repeat that. If Big Spring Ford can't beat any written deal on a new Ford, I will just give it to you.
Add to the bowl.
That's right. It is time for everyone to buy all of their Fords right here in Big Spring at Big Spring Ford. We have every financing option available, so we can get you financed. We have great people who will take care of you. A service department that will do everything they can to fix your vehicle right the first time and get it back to you as soon as possible. We want to earn your business and keep all of that tax money right here to help the people of Big Spring. So come see us at Big Spring Ford, and remember, if we can't beat any deal on a new Ford, we will just give it to you.
Add to the bowl. Add to the bowl.
You've got a busy day ahead. One of those days when cereal just isn't gonna cut it. Next time a day like that wakes you up and tries to knock you down, never fear, because McDonald's is on your side. Ready with a hearty big breakfast with hotcakes, scrambled eggs, fluffy biscuit, sausage patty, hash browns, and, oh yes, a stack of golden hotcakes. Take that, busy day. You've been conquered by McDonald's breakfast awesomeness. I'm loving it at participating McDonald's.
Life demands our attention. On the way to work, in the office, The only constant is you deserve a break.
Welcome to McDonald's. Would you like to try the new Bacon Clubhouse?
Warm artisan roll, Big Mac's special sauce, 100% beef or premium chicken. McDonald's new Bacon Clubhouse, a new breakthrough in break time. Enjoy and get right back out there at participating McDonald's.
And now, let's get back to Community Calendar on KBST.
And welcome back. It's 8:26. I'm Tom A. Reese. Our guest this morning from First United Methodist Church, the Director of Children's Education there, Becky Woodall, just picked up that award from Keep Texas Beautiful. Second place, Kids with Purpose. The winner went to Youth Environmental Leaders out of Mesquite, Texas. They were first place, but you guys had the honor of being recognized for that on Tuesday, right?
We did at the city council meeting.
Hold on a second. Let me turn you up. Okay.
We did at the city council meeting, and I invited all the kids that could to come, and we had a really good turnout. It was a cool thing.
Was it cool? How'd they react to getting recognized?
We forced them to get up there, and they kind of stood there kind of awkwardly. Everybody's looking at me kind of stuff, but they were all smiles and have a reason to be proud.
What does this all teaches them? What does it teach them, these kids?
Well, the program as a whole teaches them that life is not all about them. We strive to spread the love of Jesus with everyone, obviously, but we so focus on the lives of our children, which we should, but I want them to remember, and I want them to learn that life is not, it doesn't revolve around them.
Right.
And that there are ways that even them as 7, 8, 9-year-old kids can make a difference in the life of someone else, and in the life of our community. And I think they get it. We have made dog bones and dog beds and cat toys for the Salvation Army.
Oh.
We have toured and visited with the veterans at the VA hospital,
Right.
And at Lehman Lusk. We still have on tap to go back to Lehman Lusk for a visit towards the end of the month. We have picked up trash, obviously. We have sorted groceries at the Salvation Army. I'm on the spot, so I'm obviously drawing a blank.
Right.
But we have tied blankets that we'll give to whoever's in need. We also, I don't know if you're familiar with Operation Christmas Child. It's a shoebox ministry.
Oh,
where
yeah.
In November, we fill up shoeboxes. You pick a gender, boy or girl, and pick an age, and you fill up shoeboxes with toothbrush, and toothpaste, and comb, and hair bows, and crayons, and all kinds of fun stuff. And so we have kind of taken that on this year, and we have wrapped boxes, so many boxes that they built a tower that reached all the way to the ceiling.
Oh my goodness.
And we've been making things to put in those boxes, like Pinterest is my friend, and you get tons of ideas off Pinterest. But you take 2 bandanas and you do the little tie blanket idea around the trim, and you make a little purse. So there's something that can go in the Operation Christmas Child boxes. So they wrap them and pack them and put all the stuff in them, and then come November we'll deliver them down to Allen's Furniture, because they're always a drop-off spot.
Right.
And they'll get delivered to wherever they're going to be delivered to. So they've enjoyed that too, and that's fun. And we go swimming, and we go bowling.
Sure,
and
fun stuff
we
too.
do fun stuff too. Yes,
well,
absolutely.
Good deal. And this is an all-year thing with the kids with Purpose? Or?
No, it is strictly summer. We run 8 weeks out of the summer, 2 days a week, from 9 to 3 on Mondays and Wednesdays. We have 36 kids and about eight staff.
Right.
We began taking registration in April. but our program is pretty full, and it's open to anyone in our community. Not necessarily, you don't have to be a member of First Methodist, but it fills up quickly.
So if you're going to do it next year, you want to participate, sign up earlier.
Right.
There you go. Well, Becky, congratulations on that award.
Thank you.
From Keep Texas Beautiful. And we wish you the best with the program out there.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for being our guest on Community Calendar. It's 8:31.
You've been listening to the KBST Community Calendar on KBST AM and FM, on KBST.com, and on Cable Channel 2. If you'd like to have a community issue or event featured on Community Calendar, contact the KBST Programming Department at 267-6391 or email programming@kbst.com.